Hey guys, I just wanted to jump on here and encourage someone by sharing what just happened. Well, it just happened, but what happened this week with me. So, and it is about, you know, how do you, so when knowledge comes, okay, knowledge is like information. And I'm talking about maybe like changing up a habit. So I wanted to stop doing one thing and start doing another. Sounds simple. It really is. But in practice, I had a habit of doing the first thing. And changing habits can sometimes be tricky. And so I was like, okay, I know what I need to do. And I was working in that direction, but it was still, I was finding it difficult. I honestly was. And then I kind of did a little audit, a little check in with myself and say, I'm feeling a little off balance. What's going on? And I noticed that I'd kind of slipped up on my on prioritizing time with Jesus in the morning, just quiet time, spending time with him and saying, here I am. I want to hear what you have to say today. And just, that direct relationship with Jesus, prioritizing my relationship with Jesus. And I noticed over a few days of doing that again consistently, that this thing I'd been struggling with suddenly became much easier to change. And when so, and what I found was basically, instead of struggling against these things, I just need to prioritize my relationship with Jesus, spending time with him. Is that one-on-one, that quality time with Jesus. And the other things seem to start falling into place. Things start to become a little bit more aligned with what he's telling me to do. I'm able to do them a bit easier. That's what I found. So I'm just sharing the result. And I'm like, you know what? I encourage you guys, try it. Prioritize that time above everything else, above everything else. Even the things that you think, oh yeah, I'm doing this for Jesus, the work for Jesus. No, 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 no. Above that, prioritize time with him in his presence. Hear what he has to say to you. Ooh, it changes the heart. I don't know. I can't explain it, but that's the result, and it's good. And then the other thing, I was having a conversation with a couple of friends about swimming. I'm not a very good swimmer, and I was saying, oh, I'm not a very good swimmer for such and such reasons. And the whole table was like, nah, 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 nah. It's not true. What you're saying doesn't make sense. Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, you guys can say whatever you want. I'm the one that has the experience of trying to swim in my own body, and that I know the results. So whatever you want to say, I'm not going to be moved. And and Jesus said to me, yes, this is exactly why it's important to prioritize the one-on-one relationship. You see, it's good when, as a Christian, you come together and spend time with Jesus in community. Go to church, or you're part of a small group, or whatever it may be. But it was not meant to substitute that one-on-one relationship. It's to be in addition to that. The one-on-one relationship is still a priority. So this is really about prioritizing that one-on-one relationship. But why? And the thing he said to me is because it's more difficult for someone to convince you that something you've experienced is not true. It's easier, on the other hand, for someone to convince you that something you've heard about, secondhand, third-hand information, is not true. Why? Because you're not sure. That other person could be just making it up. Or maybe they said it and, they didn't quite get it right, what they said. And maybe it doesn't exactly happen like they said it did. But if you've experienced it firsthand, then it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And this is it. This is what it comes down to. Things will happen in this life that will test our faith in Jesus. It will test our faith in Jesus. And what it comes down to is, do I know firsthand? See, if Jesus said this something to me directly, if he did something to me that changed and transformed my life, then I know that. I know he can do it. So if someone comes and says, oh no, he can't do that, or no, he didn't say that, I'll be like, yes, he did. And there's nothing you can really say that's going to change my mind. Why? Because I know he said it to me. So can anybody convince me that, Jesus doesn't love me? No. Why? He's told me. I've heard it directly, firsthand. I didn't hear it from my parents, didn't hear it from my Sunday school teacher, didn't hear it from anybody else. Directly. I know it. And he tells me again and again and again. So if anybody comes around and says, hey, it's not true, I'm like, actually it is. And I'm not going to be moved by that. And so it's the same thing. We have to get that firsthand experience with Jesus, walking after him, doing life with him, going through the tests that come our way and building our faith. Because things will come. Things will come that challenge our faith. And the real question is, are we building ourselves up in him to be able to stand? So yeah, prioritize that. It does so much good. I think I've just literally prioritize that time with Jesus. Nothing beats the direct personal relationship with Jesus.